working on the TrebleClef cards. So the rhyme I use in class for the TrebleClef cards is this. Starting on the bottom line, E, G, B, D, F, lay on the treble clef. E, G, B, D, F, lay on the treble clef. And the spaces that I use, now I'm going to go ahead and put the treble in here so you remember this is treble clef. Okay. The space rhyme I use is just starting at the bottom, F, A, C, E, F, A, C, E space. So the spaces are F, A, C, E. Now remember, a space note is in the middle. It's on the spaces. If it may be barely touching the lines, a line note has the line going right through the center. Okay, so those are the rhymes I use for the TrebleClef cards. Now, when you play with these TrebleClef cards with the pink border, the first thing you do is just lay out the letters. So this is already put together and I have a picture of it for you, but you'd put your letter cards out first. When you first start out, you just put them in order and then you just build it. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. I put my TrebleClef in 3 lines. Most kids just do it in 2. I just wanted you to see how it kind of works. Usually the first 2 cards, the easiest ones, are middle C. They just have to memorize that one. It looks different from everything else. And then middle G. You can remember this. This is called a treble clef, but it's also called a G clef because this part curls around the G line. So that's G. When they first start putting this together, they just need to start correctly, and then you can just go up and down, one right after the other. So if I put my C here, the next one up is this one, because it always goes line, space, line, so that's D, and then that's E, and that's F, and that's G. On you go. Now, there are a few of them that are not in the rhyme. So I'm going to show you, just if you really don't know what they are, you don't have them memorized yet, how do you figure that out? Well, this one, your bottom line in the rhyme is E, so you're going down. So E, going backwards in the alphabet, the space would be D, there it is, and the line, we're still going down, would be C. So C, D, E. And then that leaves this one. This is C. This is one space lower, so this is B. Okay? Going up, you think about your last line in the rhyme. This is F, so the space would be G. This is the next line. That would be A. For some reason, we don't have B. And this would be C. So F is this line, G would be this space, A would be this line, B would be this space, and C is this line. So that's how you can figure those out if you don't have them memorized yet. Now, once you kind of know these, the next step is to change your letters into a weird order. Okay, so you can't any longer just build them. You have to think about where they go. Okay, now I'm not going to rechange all of mine, but you see how I changed my letters around? So now my C would be over here and my A would be over there. So that's the next step. And then after that, you need to be able to take those cards mixed up in a mixed up order to the piano and say and play the note. That's the next step. And eventually you want to be able to do that in a minute or less.